by putting an end to that series, you guys buy yourself some rest. Maybe for a team that was a little banged up heading into the playoffs, how do you kind of best take advantage of these extra days?
Yeah, well, I mean, you just see you had the day yesterday. Today's kind of a half day. Guys having the option to skate or not, kind of waiting to find out the schedule. So, it's kind of like end of the season having a few extra days there. You just take what you need. This time of year, guys are playing more minutes. Guys are probably playing with a little banged up here and there. So it's always good to take the extra days.
What do you think the value is of feeling some pressure in the first round the way you guys did? You kind of had her up on two wheels there for a little bit at 2-0.
Yeah, it's always on two wheels here, it seems. But, it's good. You get the, there's that little extra kind of feeling like you got to go, and it puts that little extra pressure in your game. And I think we responded well at times through the series, being down, kind of pushing back. Within games too, having those responses I think were important for the group and getting our game really under our belts and kind of where we want it to be, and then being able to win 4 in a row was big. So lots of good out there and lots to chat about going to the next series and making sure that we come out that same way.
Can you give us a thought on Vegas and obviously the challenges they present?
Yeah, they're a great team. I think they've shown that time in and time again. So. We're going to have our best every single night. You can't be flirting with it and dip your toe and you got to dive right in. And it's going to be a good challenge, but it's going to be a lot of fun. They're
a little different than the Kings were. Like Kings kind of sat back a little bit. Expect a little tougher forecheck from these guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great line rush team. They got a lot of offensive skill. You got to be tight. You can't give them that inch. So system-wise, getting LA 4 years in a row, the way they play the game and going to a different team now to play different styles, that sort of thing. So, again, you got to be up to the challenge. They got a lot of firepower over there, top to bottom, and on the back end too. So, going to be a fun series.
Adam, you weren't here when they played Vegas, and Vegas beat them and then went on to win the Stanley Cup. It's only been a day and a half or two, but have you kind of heard a little bit about kind of wanting to play them, maybe, I'm not sure if it's redemption or revenge, but taking on a team that knocked them out when they thought they had a chance?
Yeah, I mean, I think it always comes back around. Those sorts of things, you see them year after year, different stories with different teams. But, I wasn't here, but certainly, watched and saw kind of things that happened. So that kind of gets that extra emotion going early on. And there is, I guess, a little bit of history there with that series. And it's going to be, again, add to the storyline of the entire series.
Adam, stylistically, do you want to change anything going for the series? Because the teams are like the LA-Vegas difference in seems pretty vast.
We're just going to open it up. Right up. That's it. I know you got to play your game. It's we know how we have to play, and again, kind of through the LA series, you adjust in game at times to what they're doing and things like that nature. And I'm sure it's going to be more of the same as this series goes on. It's always a bit of a chess match. You see coaches doing different things, going back and forth in different series and changing things and playing all sorts of games, but we just got to focus on our game, do what we need to do that got us to this point, and we trust that'll get us moving forward.
We're fun if you open it up.
Yeah,
Fun. The last series was fun.
yeah. It's too exciting at times, I think.